the needs in high-wage, high-growth industries such as healthcare, early education, construction, and advanced manufacturing, and I'm confident this new scholarship will help us get where we need to be. The Community College Workforce Scholarship Program is projected to serve between 9,000 and 10,000 Arizona students, including working adults who are looking to upskill and reskill. That means thousands will have the opportunity to train for good-paying jobs that put food on their family's table, a roof over their head, and provide peace of mind knowing they have the skills to build a long-lasting career. Qualifying students will have at least a 2.0 GPA, be eligible for in-state tuition status, be enrolled in one of the identified programs, and must meet with their academic advisor to review their academic plan and progress. Arizona is one of the fastest growing states in the country, with more people, businesses, and corporations choosing to call our state home. We want to make sure that it's Arizonans who benefit from this and are able to take advantage of the high-wage jobs that come with this economic landscape. Education has the power to change lives. This scholarship, along with our many other ongoing workforce development efforts, will help Arizonans access good-paying jobs that will allow them to reach their full potential. When more Arizonans have a credential or degree, it not only benefits individuals directly with higher wages and greater career opportunities, but also benefits our state. This scholarship is the culmination of a lot of collaboration and partnership. And I want to thank Dr. Stacy Klippenstein, the chair of the Arizona Community College Coordinating Council, and all of the community college representatives here with us today who have been at the table with us from day one, ready to do whatever is needed to keep Arizona at the forefront of our nation's economy. Thank you also to the Office of Economic Opportunity CEO Carlos Contreras, who's making sure all the exciting programs we've announced related to workforce development successfully come to fruition and have a strong connection to post-secondary education and training. I am so excited for this next chapter in our efforts to make Arizona the best place to live, work, and raise a family. Thank you so much, and with that, I'll bring up Dr. Klippenstein. Thank you.
On behalf of the Arizona Community College Coordinating Council, I would like to thank Governor Hobbs and her team for their visionary approach to work with all community colleges and offer this scholarship program aimed at strengthening Arizona's workforce. Teaming up to help our students earn the credential, certificate, or degree that lead to jobs in high-wage, high-growth occupations is not only a testament to a common vision, it fortifies our belief in providing the necessary financial and educational tools to help Arizonans achieve a skill they desire, which will benefit them, their families, and all of Arizona. With a focus on high-wage, high-growth industries such as advanced manufacturing, healthcare, IT, cybersecurity, construction trades, education, aerospace, and so much more, Arizona community colleges remain a workforce development engine of Arizona. Through strong educational relationships with our industry, business, and healthcare partners, and our local and state government, such as Governor Hobbs, we continue to build the appropriate and timely training programs to meet the local and state needs. Over 250,000 Arizonans enroll in one of our many training certificate and degree programs, and this scholarship program is aimed at helping many of these students continue their education and get across that finish line, skilled and ready to join the Arizona's workforce. It is our hope that this scholarship will be something we can continue in statute with other funding in the future. Thank you, Governor Hobbs, for your collaborative spirit and unwavering support of Arizona's community colleges and students we serve. It is my pleasure to invite the CEO of the Office of Economic Opportunity, Carlos Contreras.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Stacy, for the introduction. We're very excited to be here today to talk about this new effort to continue Arizona's workforce development leadership. Thank you, Governor Hobbs, for your vision and your leadership in continuing to provide opportunities for all Arizonans to thrive in our booming economy. At the Office of Economic Opportunity, we're making sure that every Arizonan has access to workforce programs and resources that lead to good-paying jobs in high-growth industries. We all know that Arizona has seen immense growth in the last few years, which has greatly increased the demand of the labor market, a labor market that in Governor Hobbs' first year added 81,800 jobs, placing Arizona number 4th in the nation for growth. With all the new businesses moving and expanding here, workforce needs permeate all the sectors. The growth means more people will need a place to live, increased access to reliable and quality healthcare, and affordable childcare. That's why the scholarship program has a focus on high-wage, high-growth needs of the state, good-paying jobs with benefits and an opportunity for workers to advance, raise a family, buy a house, and build out a career. Arizona has growing needs across advanced manufacturing sectors like semiconductors, aerospace, and a growing green sector jobs like battery manufacturing. We also have a significant need in healthcare sector. We need more nurses, allied health professionals, behavioral health professionals, and techs, as well as in early education, cybersecurity, and all the other high growth and high wage jobs. Since most of these entry-level jobs are fed by the strong programs of our community colleges, the community colleges are well positioned to continue to play a critical role. Governor Hobbs recognizes the power that can be unlocked by investing in our community colleges. Community colleges play a huge role in shaping the future of nearly 250,000 Arizonans across the state and have become a popular route for many. Whether it's rural or urban, they're anchors in our community. Our community colleges are building collaborations with businesses to supply the skilled workforce required for emerging industries across the state. Community colleges move quickly, adapt, and meet the needs of local businesses and industries in their communities. I have a personal example of this. When I was at Intel, I worked with Maricopa Community College to establish a First in the Nation AI Associate's degree program in less than 6 months. There are now over 110 community colleges in 36 states that are using the program that was developed here at Maricopa Community College. I would also argue that in large part of that strength of your workforce programs is a big reason why businesses continue to move to Arizona, expand, and grow. Our workforce development system creates skilled labor and attracts businesses to Arizona, which in turn creates more demand for jobs, for good-paying jobs, and workforce programs. It is this perfect synergy that creates economic wealth for our citizens and our businesses. A perfect example is the over $100 billion in semiconductor investments that have come to the state. We're not just competing against other states, we're competing globally against everybody else around the world. So I want to thank the community colleges that have made Arizona a great place for business to grow, expand or relocate, and a key part of our economic development strategy. And thrilled about the economic prospects this scholarship program will offer to 10,000 Arizona students, and I love to continue to hear the stories about the power of education and training and how it has changed their lives. So with that, it's now my pleasure to introduce a fellow Nogalense, Carla Morales from the Arizona Tech Council.
Thank you so much, Carlos. I appreciate it. Good morning. As Carlos mentioned, my name is Carla Morales. I am the Vice President of the Arizona Technology Council. As Arizona's premier trade association for science and technology companies, the Arizona Technology Council is the driving force behind making the Grand Canyon State the fastest growing technology hub in the nation, connecting and empowering Arizona's community and innovation. More than 750 of Arizona's most cutting-edge technology companies are members of the council, ranging in size from early-stage startups to larger corporations that are household names. In my role, I liaise with businesses across southern Arizona. We work together to accelerate Arizona's global impact with businesses like Lumen, Lucid, Raytheon, Intel, Caterpillar, and so many more. One of the biggest needs that I hear from our members is the need for a reliable workforce. From broadband to cyber insurance to aerospace and defense and many more, we know that Arizona has a high demand for people to work in these fields. As someone who has worked in higher education and serves on a nonprofit board who supports students to help them plan for and afford college, creating a workforce scholarship like this one will be a huge benefit to Arizona students. The cost of going to college is prohibitive for many Arizonas, and a scholarship like this could make the difference on whether they decide to go to college or not. From a business perspective, this scholarship is going to accelerate thousands of people getting into jobs needed across the state. By providing this scholarship specifically tailored to high-wage, high-growth industries, the program addresses the skills gap by ensuring a pipeline of qualified workers in sectors where the growing demand for talent. This, in turn, benefits businesses within these industries by providing them with the skilled workforce to fuel their growth and innovation. I have no doubt this scholarship will help individuals access careers that offer competitive salaries and benefits. This not only improves the economic well-being of the scholarship recipients, but also helps elevate Arizona wage standards within the community. This scholarship will no doubt make a big difference for businesses in Arizona and for our students. As a proud member and alumni of the Pima Community College, I would like to say thank you to our governor and to the community colleges across the state for your leaderships on this effort. Thank you so much. And now it is my privilege to introduce to you the future of the workforce, a student here at Maricopa Community College, Evan Graver. Thank you.
Hello, I am Evan Graber, and I am enrolled here at Gateway in the machining and welding program we have. Thank you, Governor Hobbs, for inviting me to be here today. I am proud to have grown up here in Phoenix and graduate from Shadow Mountain High School. So originally, I went to a university for engineering, but I only stayed one semester as I realized I wanted something more hands-on. I was always interested in metalworking as a kid, so I decided to enroll in the Intro to Welding program here at Gateway. I ended up loving it, and I decided to enroll in more advanced classes for welding as well as the machining program. I enjoy the small class sizes, working one-on-one with my instructors, as well as the hands-on learning environment. I've been able to learn skills such as manual machining, CNC machining, gas tungsten arc welding, and gas metal arc welding. With all these skills, I hope to one day enter the aerospace industry. What I'm learning is directly related to the job I want, and the college has been providing me with the skills I need to pursue this career. On top of taking all these classes, I also work part-time on the weekends as well. I am fortunate enough to be living with my mother and sister and have them to support and encourage me. But not everyone has that. The financial burdens of going to college are big. Having my tuition paid for would definitely lighten my load and help with some of the burden of having to pay for the cost. This scholarship will benefit thousands of people just like me across the state. The scholarship will make a difference for existing and future students. It may encourage some to sign up or even finish the program they are currently started. And for others, it will help them complete the program they've already been enrolled in. Gateway truly has been an amazing experience for me, and I don't know where I would be without it. I have made some great friends, and all of my instructors, Al, Paul, and Jimbo, have been invaluable to my learning. I truly am excited for not only my future, but the future of my friends and all the future students to come through this program. A scholarship program like this would make it possible for students like me to go to college and get my certificates. Thank you, Governor, and to the colleges for creating this program. It'll be a great help to students like me and students all over the state.
All right, if people have questions about this, I'd like to do those first. Does anybody have? There's nothing else going on, so I don't know what else to have.
So someone ask Evan about all the classes he's taking, because I don't know what any of those things were. We're working on that.
Okay, so nobody has. We're going to have a release later today that will have
as maids, but there are also calls out there for sheriffs who have independent authority to start making arrests. How do you keep sheriffs from marching into some abortion clinic and going ahead and leading out doctors in that nice perp law in handcuffs?
Well, this repeal shouldn't have taken this long if it indeed does happen next week in the Senate. I've been calling for this since the Dobbs decision in 2022. This result that we're seeing right now is exactly what we said would happen, and they should have repealed it a long time ago, so we wouldn't be in this position. Unfortunately, it's not possible to get this repeal enacted right away, and so there might be a gap between when the repeal takes effect and when the law is in effect. So, I'm hopeful that the courts would see this as a compelling reason to keep the stay in place, but there's no guarantee, and that's why I issued my executive order to protect as much as possible women and doctors from prosecution from overzealous prosecutors.
So you're pending, the ultimate fallback is asking the same justices who put the 1864 law enforceable to extend their stay sometime into August.
It's the justices didn't issue the stay. It's from the lower court, and this will be back in lower courts.
Understood. So are you going to be filing some paperwork? Explain to me, I know how stays work. There's a 14-day stay, that's gone. There's a 45-day stay that Mr. Bernigan's got in a parallel case. That ends June 8th. I don't see anything else out there, so I want to understand how you're going to keep doctors from being.
Well, your question exactly illustrates the chaos and confusion that exists because of this ban, and the reason that myself and others have been calling for the repeal of this ban since Dobbs in 2022, because we knew this would happen. And it is really, really, really frustrating, and there's a lot of fear from providers and patients about what care they can provide and get, and we shouldn't be in this situation. The legislature should have done this a long time ago.
Okay. Wayne?
Is there any concerns that the kind of fractionalization of the Republican caucus we saw yesterday could complicate budget negotiations?
I'm not worried about that. This is what it is, and we have a budget to get out, and I'm confident that we will work through that process.
Other media folks? Cameras? Anyone with cameras?
Maybe
Wayne?
after they shut that dress off the approach committee?
Another budget question on these hiring freezes. Do you have any concerns about the impact of that on PBS?
So I want to clarify, this is not a hiring freeze. This is a cap on positions. So we're not saying don't fill open positions that are already funded. And we have been discussing this with DPS. We want to ensure that there's, first of all, hiring freezes, layoffs, pay cuts, those are not on the table right now. We just want to have all the tools possible to make sure we're in a budget situation with a deficit, and we need to fix that. So we want to have all the information we can to where we can be more efficient. And so should not be taken as an indication of this is the direction we're going. We just want to have the information from the agencies.
Any thoughts on a certain indictment of 11 people, a former New York City mayor, a former presidential chief of staff?
As Secretary of State, I oversaw many free, fair, and secure elections in 2020. And these folks tried to undermine those elections. They tried to undo the will of the voters of the state of Arizona. And no one's above the law. And this shows that people can be held accountable. And I look forward to seeing it play out in the courts. I'll let that process play out in the court.
It is alleged. They didn't do it. You don't know they did.
I mean, they were publicly bragging about it. They signed a document. So yeah.
KTAR back there.
Could you speak on the recent decision to veto the bill regarding the swatters?
This was the sham, it was the Wendy Rogers bill that would expedite the process, having police come.
We already have really strong trespassing laws in place, and those really address the issues that this bill was trying to get to.
Let me ask one other veto. We know you vetoed bills dealing with transgender rights. There was a bill last year on that and everything else. We're now down to the question of showering. I don't know about you, I didn't even like showering with guys when I was back in high school. It would seem like if there's a line to be drawn, would you want your daughter to have the possibility of showering with an adult male in high school? I mean, it seems like at some point, you talk about transgender rights, but there's also the rights of the infected girls. So where's the line?
All of these issues around transgender students and trying to go after them, this is coming from politicians who are trying to attack vulnerable people in our communities. And Kavanaugh himself, the sponsor of the bill, said that he was trying to tweak around the edges. He expected a veto. This was almost exactly what he sent last year. This wasn't a surprise. So I have been very clear that I'm not going to sign legislation that attacks any Arizonans.
Pam, I see you can get our last question.
Yeah. All right, I'll ask one on topic that's probably interesting was related to this. With workforce development, how do you make sure that the employers, there's no gap filled between when people go through a program and making sure they get hired? What's the role of the local companies in this?
So these community colleges are directly connected with industry, and that's why this program makes so much sense, because they are building the pipeline of these workers for the employers in their communities. And so this just makes a lot of sense.
Okay, that's it. Thank you, everyone.
Question for Evan.
Thank
Can
you.
fix my trailer here? Probably.
Thank you, Governor. You did a great job, man. What's going on, girls? How you doing, man? You doing okay? Good. Oh, yeah.